If you don't have money and you know Lois, it's your own fault. And also Jerry Merritt, who presents Jerry Merritt. I can't say Lois' name without saying Jerry Merritt, the Royal Majesty, who is now over Bank of Nevada. So if you don't have money to run your business, it's your fault. Okay, Auntie Lois, there you go.
After 38 years, we are the salt and pepper of banking. Quickly, just look at your neighbor. I don't care if they're ugly. I don't care if they smell. I don't care if they're gorgeous. I just want you to can you do this, break the ice, and say somehow, some way, you are loved and appreciated. And now you're actually part of this family by osmosis. Amen? You don't even know what just happened to you. We have a very brief 10 minutes for Q&A. So if you're going to do it right. You're going to stand up, and if I point at you, you're going to stand up, you're going to say your name, you're going to say who you're with. You're going to say your question clear and concisely. One question, not I have 5. This is no time to repair your marriage. This is no time. Now, we're not doing that. You can meet Coach on Saturday. He'll pray for you and get you deliverance, speak in tongues, do whatever you got to do. But this is not that, and this is not the time. But if you have a burning question that you're just sitting here and you're just on fire, and I've got to know this, I want you to prepare your question, and I want you to stand. Raise your hand first. I'll ask you to stand. Is there any questions? Sir, please stand. Microphone.
I'm with the Las Vegas Business Press. You mentioned 500 jobs in Las Vegas. What does that entail?
What? Don't have the mic.
Yes, sir.
Or should I just shout out? I'm saying this. What we're envisioning short term is a minimum of 1,000 boxes being produced. We're all over the country right now. We have our team in Indonesia. Our team is going, Nicole is on her way to Africa in a week or two. Ken is on, Mike is on his way to China, I think next week or week after. I just came out of South America. We are being in such demand right now because of life-saving technology that we're just pulling together all of the resources, and we're saying a minimum, and that minimum is established because we want to control our beta testing once they get way into the field, because this is new technology. So when you say 500, it's no different than if you can envision an assembly line and putting various products together, because we truly want to be able to control the quality. And you heard us speaking to Lean Six Sigma principles, and that's dealing with excellence. And so again, China is nipping at our heels. We recognize that they want to retrofit it, but yet they are not known to produce the quality and excellence and deliverables that U.S.-made products are. And so we're controlling that, maintaining that, and that's why we're going to need as many people to make sure it's very vertically integrated, our parts and our supply chain, before we begin to think more of horizontally integrating it into other outsourced companies. And that's going to require people.
Is this immediate?
We are, as I said, we are looking to make some decisions immediately. We're already in manufacture. I want you to know we're already producing in Jackson, Tennessee, which is where the boxes are currently being produced, in Jackson, Tennessee.
I'm Nelson Skinner with NCS Innevation. I manufacture the bridge. It's a gravesite ramp system that applies a safety feature and also it enhances the environment in which the gravesite is there. So we don't have another cars. My question is, when I watch the video, my thought is, you get into these areas where it's really dry.
Yes.
What's the lowest humidity that this can function?
Tell them logic and tell them what we're working on.
Currently, our stated lowest humidity is 60% with a 60-degree temperature. You need a 40% dew point, or 40-degree dew point, in order to make water. That's one of the physics we're breaking, and we're in the process of breaking right now. So can't go into detail, but we've already worked out some ways to produce water in lower temperatures. So we are working that because we want to bring water to the desert as well.
That's where it's most needed. And
Yeah, that's
we're
what I'm
very close to breaking that. I'm excited about partnering with other that are working hopefully at those same areas of doing. But now remember, it isn't being on grid. How many of you are familiar with the How many of you are familiar with the concern of the electric magnetic pulse? How many have heard of that? And Ted Koppel has written a book about it and what would happen if we totally were off grid, and how easy with the world in the chaos that is for our enemies to knock us totally off grid, setting our economies back over 100 years. You don't know how important electricity, water, ice making is until you don't have it. And this is one of the greatest concerns. How are we going to equip our health industries, our FEMAs of the world, to be able to address those areas? You know, one of the things, and I just want you to dream with me for a moment, but have you imagined the problem it would be if people die daily, if there was no way of keeping them under refrigeration, the bodies? Can you imagine the disease that would now create in the world if we didn't have the capacity to keep under temperature control? Something so simple we take for granted, and that is our bodies. And we're talking to people like right now, Federal Express. They're looking to ship body parts and become the leader in the market of shipping body parts. You don't think about that until you need a heart, a liver, a lung. But you can keep it maybe refrigerated on an airplane, but what happens when you get it into a remote area where it's needed in wartime and so forth, and you don't